It's Unstable Topic with Sarah and Maggie.
Hey, bestie.
Hey, bestie.
So I know I've mentioned this in the past where I sit and record. There's a mirror on the other side of me. On the other side of this computer, there's a mirror that currently has fingerprints all over it from my daughter because she has now entered the stage of, oh, I look cute in this mirror. Let me put on my pink cowboy hat and look at myself and talk to me because I'm fantastic. And it's adorable, but then I'm also reminded this mirror is actually the mirror I had in my room as a little girl. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. And you were
Yeah,
probably doing the same thing.
I was
Cowboy hat.
100% doing the same thing.
I,
100%. I used to did you so when you were, like, entering the age of makeup, did you sit on the floor in front of a mirror to put your makeup on?
no.
So that's a short answer. Like, there's not even, like, a follow-up. It's just a
No,
hard no.
I didn't. I'm a stander. I like to stand and do my makeup and get
Really?
like open your mouth with your tongue out to do your makeup. Yeah, I've never sat. I don't know. I like to cuz I'll do it and then you step back, you know? You got to get close and then step back. And if you're sitting
Now.
down, you're kind of stuck.
Now I stand, but, like, when I was 12 or 13,
Oh. Well, I
I
wasn't allowed to wear
sat.
makeup in middle school. I
When
wasn't
did you
allowed to.
start when did you start wearing makeup?
Um, I guess high school, I started wearing maybe some mascara and lip gloss. And
Mhm.
then I didn't really wear too much makeup except for school dances. I think I did my makeup for my 8th grade dance. And then I was like, dang, I look so cute. But I wasn't allowed to. I mean, I guess I could have probably, but it was my mom didn't have me do my nails or makeup. And I do appreciate it because it was kind of like keeping your childhood, oh, you don't need to wear makeup or do your nails. My daughter wants to do her makeup and nails all the time. And I'm like, well, it's just imaginary play. But as a kid, I did not do those things.
Which is interesting because now I feel like you are the queen of makeup. You're really good at trying new trends, is that the way to say it?
Oh, thank you. I don't go anywhere. And I don't look like I'm wearing makeup right now, but I like to
I'm
play.
wearing
I think it is fun. It's like an expressive art form, you know?
Mhm,
I wish I
mhm.
was better at it,
I
more
think you're really
confident.
good.
Oh,
I
thank you.
am wearing the same style of makeup as I did in high school. Like, I have not deviated from the very minimal look. I will remember. I do remember the very first makeup I got. Do you remember that clear mascara?
Yes.
I had that. It was just even makeup. It's clear mascara. And didn't it get, like, white and clumpy and stuff on your eyes?
I never used it. I remember it being like a lip gloss for your eyes, right?
Mhm.
And then a really light lip gloss. Do you remember that trend too? So it was like
The l
clear mascara and then
Mhm.
white lip gloss.
Yes, yes, that was high school for me, 100%, and then early college, it was very much, like, the straightest hair you can get and, like, the shiniest lips you can imagine. Like, it was all about that look, I will
But
say.
but
Peak
now
peak Sarah.
now you've got classic. And my mom used to always say, you don't want your makeup to be like, wow, she has to wear a lot of makeup. You just want it to
Mhm.
be like, wow, she looks so elevated version of herself.
Yeah, but
One Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, thinking about Annie looking in the mirror and dancing and wearing a cowboy hat reminded me that when I was a kid, we had this huge window in the front of our house, and
Mhm.
then at night, you could see a reflection in it, and I used to do entire dance routines in front of this window, and our house was on a corner of, not a super busy road, but not a quiet country road, and so I'd just be doing these full on, footloose dance routines myself, my little pudgy Maggie preteen self, to all the cars driving down Park Road in Pittsford, New York. I wonder
I
how
love
many people
that.
actually saw it. Sometimes I think, like, did people I know ever drive by and be like, "I know that girl. What is she doing?"
If they did, they'd be like, "Man, Maggie's got moves." Also, 1, this is fantastic and classic Maggie, and one of the reasons you're my bestie. And 2, do you remember what songs you would do this to?
Absolutely. Pointer Sisters, "Jump for My Love," and also the Sheryl Crow's album.
Sheryl Crow what?
God, what album was it? It said Sheryl on the front. It was the first CD I ever bought.
That's better. So my very first cassette tape was Skee-Lo, "I Wish I Was a Baller." Do you
That
remember that song?
yeah, mhm.
As
Yeah,
the kids say, "That slaps."
that slaps. It was Sheryl Crow, "All I Wanna Do."
All I wanna do is have
Let's have
some
some
fun,
fun.
dance
I
in
got
this
a
window.
feeling I'm not the only one.
Well,
Yeah,
this is a great segue into the first fact, Maggie. Are you ready for your fact?
I am.
Okay. Like humans, cows can form deep bonds with other cows and develop friendships, which can last their whole lives. Research has shown they can exhibit signs of stress when they are not near their friend.
I'm curious what me dancing in front of my window made you think is a good transition into talking about cows. That's
Because
my
because I said this is why you're my best friend because you would do that and
Oh,
cows have best friends.
okay. Okay, I'm following the logic now. I will say at first, I was like, "Wow, do you think I'm a cow?" But now I get it because you
You
think I'm
get
your
it
best
now?
friend. I get it now.
Oh, wait,
And
hold on. Let's wait. This is taking a very serious turn because you just said the words, you think I'm your best friend, as if it's an assumption that I'm making, as if this whole thing is a facade, Maggie.
no,
You,
you are
you,
well,
I
you're my
think.
best friend. You're my best friend.
Oh, that's what you think?
I know you're my best friend.
Maggie,
And
look.
I didn't want to assume. I didn't want to
Assume.
assume that I'm your best friend.
Look, I know you're a Capricorn and you refuse to be wrong in this situation. But assumption has gone out the window when we have a segment on our show called Hey Bestie and have shirts that
I am your
say
best
Hey Bestie.
I am your best cow friend and your
Look,
best human friend. And
that was
you are mine
here's the thing. That was my reaction because I needed to get it on
on the
film
record.
record on the record. Do you just want to
Yes.
Maggie, you react? Who's your best friend?
You, Sarah Ann Adams, are my best friend.
Because I can say without a doubt, if I was a cow in a pasture and I saw another cow dancing to Sheryl Crow, all I wanna do probably would be all I wanna moo is have some fun.
There's the
I would
transition. That's the
I
transition.
I would look over at that cow and say, "That's a cow I wanna stand in this pasture with and eat this grass and talk about the other cows."
We would be good cows
Yeah. You know, all I do is stand and eat.
and moo
Moo.
and walk
They
slowly.
they got moves.
Oh, Sarah.
I I'm utterly aghast
Oh
that
my.
you haven't jumped on more puns with this, Maggie. Where first
You
is
are
with the
you are milking this cow fact for all it is worth. I can spot a pun about cows from a mile away.
man, I
You're
didn't
really
realize this was
farming it.
Oh, this is what people wanted to herd.
I've never heard a better
There it
cow
is.
fact. Yeah. Yeah. Um,
And that's the end of that.
yeah, I can't think of it. You mess with the bull. Nope. I think that's
Nope.
it. I think that's all the
No.
cow
I was
facts we
trying
can
to
have.
think about bovine.
Mm. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good word about cows.
Yeah.
That's a good
You could
one.
do,
Have you ever
and
milked a cow? Oh, have you
we
ever
can
milked
keep
a cow?
going.
I
I've
mean,
never milked a real cow. No. I bet you have because you come from milk capital.
I have. I went to a summer camp when I was a kid, and it was a farm camp, and so we worked on the farm all summer, and by all summer, I mean for 1 week, and I got to milk a cow and
How was that
feed chickens.
experience?
It was, you know what? The cow kept hitting me in the face with its tail, and I was like, not into it. Not into the cow. I loved the goats though. The goats
Oh,
were like fun and you could milk them and they were like having fun with you, like they were kind of engaging. The cow was just like, "Meow," slap you in the face, slap you in the face.
really bringing this back. Annie's favorite animal is a cow.
Oh.
Loves cows. And my parents' house, their backyard backs up into this pasture that has cows, and there's like a see-through fence or whatever. And so the cows walk right by the fence. And every day she goes, moo, moo, and points to outside. I'm like, the cows aren't out there, Annie. But I do see one in the distance dancing to what looks like to be Sheryl Crow. Now let's play What Word Am I Thinking of?
Beans.
The game where Maggie and Sarah use their telepathic best friend abilities to try and guess the word the other is thinking.
Sarah, we're going to get our psychic connection right now. Okay, I'm going to think of a word.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it. And I'm sending it your way.
Is the word fork?
It is not fork. We already had the word fork.
I thought
But I
maybe
appreciate
you'd
the
like,
guess. Try it again.
I thought like maybe you were going to do a bit. And so whenever this game came up, it'd always be fork. And then our listeners would be like, that's really funny. And then the one day, years from now, when we're doing this podcast on the national scale, and you do what word am I thinking of? And I say fork, and everyone's like, it's gonna be fork. You're gonna say no, it wasn't fork. And people would laugh and laugh and laugh. But I guess we're not doing that bit.
No, that's a good bit. And now that you've cued me into it, I'll remember that. I'll remember that. I remember that you dreamed up an entire 30-year arc of this game, and I'll remember that. But my word was not fork.
Okay, let's try this again.
Okay. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Sure. I guess we're at that level.
Okay. Well, it does start with the same letter as fork.
Is it fish?
It is not fish.
Can I have one more clue?
Okay. This is a plant that grows in the ground. That is where this plant can be found. It grows so tall and stands in its power. The word I am thinking of is
not fork, but flower.
That's it. You got it. You got it.
Thank you.
You're psychic. I can't believe we're so psychically connected.
So cyclically connected that you did not pick up on a bit that I wanted to do for 30 years, but it's fine.
I will say, I'm going to toot my own horn here, that I made that poem up on the spot.
You did not.
I did. Because I didn't have a word. I was looking outside and I saw a flower, and that is how I picked that word. And I was like, I hope she gets it on the first one, because what am I going to do for a clue? What am I going to do for a poem? And then I just wanted to tell you that I'm pretty proud of myself.
You are a talented. Your talents cease to amaze me.
They cease or don't cease?
What is it?
They never cease to amaze me?
They never cease. That's the word I'm looking for. They never cease.
Is that what you meant, or did you mean that they... Your talents cease to amaze me.
They stop amazing me back when you didn't pick the word fork. Maggie, are you ready for your fact?
I am.
Did you know the dot over a lowercase I or J has a name? It's called a tittle, which is a noun meaning a tiny amount or part of something.
A tittle?
A tittle, Tittle, tittle.
Oh, and it's with T's? Not
T's.
tittle. Tittle.
I mean, you got it.
Tiddle. Tittle.
Not tittle.
Tittle. Tittle.
Tittle.
Little tittle.
A little tittle. Tiny,
I
a
think
tiny
I'm
little
gonna start
speck.
using that. I'm gonna start
How would
using
you-
that word.
How would you use it?
How would I
How would you use it? How would you use it in a sentence?
I'll be like, hey, you gotta tittle something on your face. You got a tittle on your face. Hey, clean up that mess. I see a bunch of tittles. Is that a tittle? Is that a tittle on the window? Riddle me this. How won't I use tittle? You know?
It's fair. I was reading this and I'm like, it's kind of like who came up with this name? Like, what person was sitting there trying to describe to their best friend, possibly, like, you know, that thing that thing on top of a J, or when you write an I, you know what I'm talking about? And the other person's like, nah, dude, what are you talking about? What is that thing that's on top of the J and the lowercase I? And they're like, it's like it's little, and then they're like, no, what is it, dude? I'm like, I wish there was a word for this. And then that person went away and did the easiest thing and put a T essentially for little.
Yeah. It does sound like a word that I mean the voice you were using, it sounds like a word that like some sort of stoner surfer dude would would invent. It also sounds like
100%.
it also sounds like a word someone would invent by accident. Like they meant to say like the little dot on top or something, or like the top little dot, and then their mouth got all confused. And so they're like the tittle, and then someone was like, "Oh, that's called a tittle," and they just leaned in.
Dude, that's called a tittle.
Dude, I love tittles. Blah.
Man, there's tittles everywhere all the time, man. Look up at the sky, it's a bunch of tittles.
There's tittles on my Skittles.
Oh, Mountain Dew. I don't know. I feel like they would just segue into that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. It sounds like there really wasn't a word for the little dot on top of J's and I's until about 1994.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
Maggie, are you ready to react?
I am.
Have you ever invented a word?
Me personally, probably hundreds of thousands of words that people are using, and I have no idea.
Words or phrases? Like, do you feel like there's something that's you started and then everyone started using it?
Ooh. Wait. No, but my friend in high school, Chandani, for like all of senior year, tried to make the ending of a word sickle work. Like, oh, that's cool sickle. Or like, that's fun sickle. And it was literally just like in Mean Girls. And it was like, fetch is not happening. And we're all like, Chandani, sickle is not happening. And she refused to give up. And she is a hardworking, wonderful person. I would venture to guess she is still trying to make sickle work.
I have to say, if there was a time to make that work, now is the time, because we live in an era where words just get made up or abbreviated into new words or just a letter.
Yeah, so now's the time, sickle. Let's make it happen in honor of Chandani. Let's make sickle happen.
Sickle's a thing, and I'm not sickle about it.
It's a thing sickle.
And that's the end sickle
of this episode, sickle.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, we would love a review, subscribe, or for you to share this with a friend you think would like it.
or all three of those things. You can do all three and make our day and help us grow.